The toy industry is not the lily white industry that you think designs toys for children.
I'm Roger Sweet. I created and named He-Man.
I'm Mark Taylor, and I created He-Man.
I made this stuff up. I made up the characters. No one came up. Roger Sweet didn't invent all the first 8 characters. He invented the name He-Man and a big clay thing.
I confronted him. I said, you didn't do anything on He-Man in the beginning.
As far as Mark Taylor is concerned, he's kind of I don't want to say cranky, but opinionated and had his own ideas.
Mattel was a very, very dangerous place.
Almost every guy in the world wants to be really big and physically strong. Some of the girls in my grade school class used to bully me a little bit.
Why don't we make a character that's bigger than anything ever? It's almost as wide as he is tall.
Make Schwarzenegger look like a wimp.
I said, more muscles. I wanted to make Schwarzenegger look like a punk.
Then I brainstormed a 2-page list of names, which included Megaton Man, Mighty Man, Big Man, and He-Man.
And the minute he said He-Man, I looked at my boss and I said, He-Man. And he looked at me and said, He-Man. And we fell in love. That was it. We knew that was it.
I said, this is a good name, this is going to work.
Anybody who thinks that they knew that this was going to be the biggest thing in the history of male action figures or whatever, they didn't know that.
We're making money so fast on He-Man, we can't take it to the bank fast enough.
We almost tripled our sales estimates for the year.
To this day, I am baffled by the fact that people really liked it.
We would have appearances in Toys R Us, and there'd be 10,000 cars, they'd have to close the highways. There'd be 10,000 people trying to get into Toys R Us in Florida. I mean, we got calls from the state troopers down there saying, what are you guys doing? What's going on? You got to stop this, stop this event.
I thought the whole concept of Masters Universe was ridiculous. You had magic, you had people in armor, you had people in space suits and vehicles, you had guys running around like you're, in the West Hollywood Halloween parade.
I remember seeing Mark do this one sketch of, I think it was Torak.
I already had done one, and it was Korak of prehistory. I did that one in 1954.
Okay, I haven't seen this drawing before.
No, I mean, I don't specifically remember the drawing.
And then marketing people came by and used to see him working on it and stuff like that.
They stopped and they said, let's see if we can take some of Mark's sketches. I said, sure, but I go with you. If you're gonna show my stuff, I want to see it also.
It's total fiction. It never happened. I never saw a single drawing that Mark Taylor did of anything.
I respect the people that worked on it with me. I really do, and I respect him. I knew Roger for what he was. I'm not about to read his book. Sit down and read an entire book, 500 pages of Roger's rambling? He's delusional. Roger wanted me to say that he had done He-Man, Skeletor, the whole line. And he would say, please sign off on, because they won't give me an increase unless I can claim them. He starts crying. I'm embarrassed.
I never cried over anything over the phone. This is unadulterated, absolute barbarian fiction.
When he changes into He-Man, all he does is get a great tan.
Lou Scheimer at Filmation was happy to do it.
They just cared about selling toys. I don't give a shit about selling toys.
I don't know if he was happy to do it, but he did it and he seemed happy to me.
They wanted to sell toys. I wanted to develop pictures for kids. It ain't the same thing.
Somebody said, well, we got this new toy and we want to feature it in one of the upcoming scripts. And we call it the Ball Buster. I thought Lou Scheimer was going to go Skeletor on them.
I said, you showing that to a kid, you're going to end up at night screaming.
It was really disgusting. This is when memory loss is good.
I'll get you. What's his name?
He-Man.
He-Man, thank you.
Mattel was constantly sending over new designs. After a while, we wondered if those guys were high or something. They took the He-Man doll and they put a metal elephant's head on it. And we're like, are those guys like smoking something over there?
We were very happy, and I had control. And when I say control, the ability not to do something that I felt was wrong for kids.
A toy company always says, we consider this a 30-minute toy commercial. And I would say right back to their face, well, I don't consider it a 30-minute toy commercial. I consider it a 30-minute story that I'm telling. Guys who are toy company executives suddenly believe they're in show business when they get a show.
I always got the sense that the success of the show was possibly not as important as the success of the toy line, because that's where they made the money.
Those who say that somehow He-Man was unprecedented in its tie to a sponsor or a merchandise person or a corporation are completely boneheaded when it comes to the history of television.
It was a phenomenal hit, and as a show, it was making a fortune.
All of us who worked on it, we've been cheated out of residuals. The producers are selling it and getting money for it. They're selling us.
We had quite a number of protests from parents and parent groups.
We did from time to time get letters from people complaining that we were advancing the cause of Satanism.
Is he not ready to take on man?
When do you feel this blatant turn towards the occult and witchcraft really took on its momentum?
Well, there's a cartoon called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
I think they're all wacko. That's what my thoughts are. You know, if you look for something to criticize in terms of religion, you'll always find something. I think they're crazy, those people.
It was really funny at the time because Westinghouse owned Filmation, and they were getting a bunch of grief about this show, He-Man. You know, and meanwhile they had the MX-7 missiles that they were putting in all the silos, and like Dan Ritchie, the guy's going, man, this is really crazy. We're getting more trouble from this He-Man show than we are from our missiles.
The four people that if you subtract them, Masters of the Universe would have never happened. Ted Mayer, absolutely. I think Ray Wagner, absolutely. Tony Guerrero, the phenomenal sculptor, and myself.
They got so much from it, and then they were willing to give me no credit for my role in it.
If we were to meet face to face, if you want to do that, fine. You know, you might think about putting cuffs on us or something. He'd go, oh, Mark, you know. He always backs down with me.
If I got together with this guy, I would want a security officer there along with me. I'd have this guy check for weapons.
Never underestimate greed when it comes to making decisions in the toy industry.
Simple as that.